So it has been 5 days since we set this swarm bin up. So let's look at how the worms are doing. I've been very busy that I wasn't able to take to check them out and see how they were doing. So this is the cover material. So let's uncover and see what we can start seeing immediately is that some of the water, this material is drying up, meaning meaning that the moisture levels are going down, so we need to add some more water. And what we are looking out for is to see the activity of the worms. You see, the worms they're not clustered in one area, they're everywhere. Look at that. Let's check a different area. You don't have to use your hands directly. You can use a glove, but I like to use my hands so that I can check for moisture. Or you can use surgical gloves. That will also help, that you won't have to touch your waist, and you'll also be able to feel for you'll be able to feel for the heat, the temperature in there. You want to feel whether as the material breaks down, as the organic waste breaks down, it's heating up. You don't want a situation where your waste is heating up, because it will kill your worms. But you can see the worms are everywhere. They're not clustered anywhere. They're not on the side. They've not made any marks that like they were trying to crawl out. So that's a good, very, very good sign that our worm bin is good. But when it comes to maintenance, it's good to do what I've done exactly. Just dip your hand in your worm bin and then check for different signs, whether there's enough moisture, whether there's enough temperature, whether your worms are not everywhere, because you don't want worms clustered in one area. And also you want to check for whether there's movement of worms, if they were trying to move. And if you ever open your worm bin and you find worms at the top of your lid, then that's a sign that something is wrong in your worm bin. And so those are the few signs. I'll be making a video that will be much more comprehensive and showing everything that you need to look out for. But that's a simple way. Once you set it up, you need to be checking your worms like that and check whether they are everywhere. Another thing we're going to do is just lift the top bin, the top bin, to check whether there are worms in the lower bin that holds the moisture. And as you can see, there is some moisture in there. There is some worm tea, but there are no worms, and that's a very, very, very good sign. You do not want worms in there or underneath here. That would say something is wrong. And so this worm bin is successful. The worms are eating properly, they're consuming their matter, they're still acclimating to the new environment, so it will take up them around 2 weeks to be able to settle in properly. But we're going to feed after 7 days are over. Today is day 5, and we're just checking them out, because since I set it up, I didn't even check it the next day to see whether it was okay. But the worm bin is doing properly. It's perfectly well. What we can do right now is just to add a little bit of water. And that should be good enough. I'm adding water because we are keeping the worms inside our greenhouse, and it's a bit warm, so I don't want it to heat up as the organic waste breaks down, as they consume that organic waste. And within a few days we'll see what they will have been able to break down, and then we'll add according to how much they've consumed. So it's a mini video. See you in the next one.